Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the J.O.A.T.M.O.O podcast. This is your humble host, Jupe. Can I get a round of applause, please? I cut. That's enough. That's enough. That is enough. Today, ladies and gentlemen, there's a video that has went viral. I am late, but I had to cover this discussion. We're going to take a look at this video. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to unpack this a little bit, and I'm going to come back with my thoughts on this video. So, I want to start off by being very clear with this. This conversation is not about blaming women, it's not about attacking marriage, and it's not about having a bitter ideology. It's about having awareness. A woman recently went viral for saying something that stopped a lot of people in their tracks. She said her husband is perfect, not abusive, not absent, not unfaithful, perfect. They've been together for over a decade. They've had multiple children together. He stayed, he showed up, he provided, and yet still she's unhappy. That one statement forces me and a lot of other men out there to ask this one question: what does commitment mean in modern times right now? What does commitment mean? Let's take a look at the video and I'll come back with my final thoughts.
I don't know if I'm going to actually post this because this is super vulnerable for me and I'm a pretty open person. But earlier this year, I told my husband I wanted a divorce. And this would probably shock a lot of my friends and my family because I hadn't told anybody, okay? I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live, how would we split the time with the kids, who gets the dog, where all of those things, okay?
Let's stop right there. So, you have a woman that is plotting on leaving her husband. She already got everything mapped out, as she said. How you going to watch the kids? Who's going to get the kids? The dog, money, the house. She's looked at everything possible and thought of every which way possible. And it's sad to see. A lot of men are dealing with this situation to where, and they don't even know it. You don't even know that she's plotting on you. You don't even know what's happening. You think you're going to work, you're thinking everything is fine, but deep down inside, especially in her mind, there's something brewing, and you have no idea of the storm that's coming your way. Let's continue.
Had a full breakdown. I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. Let me be very clear about that. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet on this planet. And that is probably the reason, that is the reason why I have not left. Okay.
He's the most perfect husband, self-disciplined, hardworking, providing, and that is the reason she hasn't left us yet. What else do you want? This guy is near perfect, and yet still, that's still not enough for you to stay, for you to try to work it out. What is going on in today's relationships? Can somebody explain that to me? This woman here has been with this guy for so long, and she is looking to run out the back door. Pause on that one. Super pause on that one. But you guys, let's continue.
Our relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always have been are not met, right? Which I don't know if anybody's are. The reason that pushed me to even bring up divorce and talk about it was the fact that I feel like I can't be myself with my husband. And it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old. I am a mom of three, and I still don't know who I am. So,
She's 32 years old, a mom of three. They've been married for several years and they have three children. And you're hanging your hat, you're hanging your future on this. Ladies and gentlemen, what are we doing? And this is one of the reasons why it's not bashing on marriage. It's not bashing on women or anything like that. But this woman at 32, she's a totally different woman. And she is thinking about blowing up the whole entire relationship, the kids, the dogs, the finance, the house. They want it all. You're nothing but a liar, a cheater, a deceiver, heartbreaker, and I won't, whatever. Y'all know the song. But this woman is about to destroy everything just based off of thoughts or the perception of what's out there. Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta get it together. Come on, let's continue.
For me to be like, oh, I can't be myself, or you don't love me for who I am, isn't really fair because I don't know who I am. I'm figuring that out every day. But the reason why I wanted to share this on here in the first place is
Let me stop. And she's 32 now. She will be a different person at 42 and 52. Instead of learning each other, instead of trying to work things out, this is what they come with. And men too, you see, sometimes women get married hoping that the man changes, and men get married hoping that she stays the same. And this woman has clearly jumped ship and went in a totally different direction. And the guy doesn't even know. He's there punching in overtime, probably trying to figure out how can he best put the family in a better situation, etc., etc. The kids and what the kids gonna eat and are the kids okay and is she okay? He's worried about them, and she's worried about blowing the whole relationship up. It's rough, man. It's rough. Let's continue.
we are coming up on our 10-year anniversary. We're going to Mexico, to Cabo, for our 10-year anniversary trip. And we're rewriting our vows. We never wrote vows in the first place. We didn't have vows when we got married. And I'm struggling to write my vows, like to write a vow. And I think that's because I still feel very unsure in our relationship.
3 kids, unsure, struggling to write vows. Come on, man. Man, ladies, y'all can't excuse this. I'm be watching y'all in the comments. Y'all better hold her accountable. Y'all can't excuse this. 3 kids, probably over a decade of marriage, and she's struggling to write her vows. This man has been taking care of the family. He's the perfect man. Remember, she said that earlier. She's the perfect man, and she can't think of some words to say. Mm, mm. Woo! All right, let's continue.
The one thing that we finally talked about this past week together, because it's just been something that since we kind of talked about it and I brought it up and we committed to change and we committed to working on our relationship. I started my own business, he quit his job, roles have changed, life has been crazy, and we just haven't come back to talking about this subject.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. So, roles of change. I want to bring that back just a little bit.
He quit his job, roles have changed, and we committed to change and we committed to working on our relationship. I started my own business, he quit his job, roles have changed, life has been crazy, and we just haven't come back to talking about this subject.
She said roles have changed. He quit his job. She started a business. So now she's in the power dynamic. And now she wants to pull the ripcord on the relationship. She's thinking about at least pulling the ripcord in the relationship because now she's in the power dynamic. Before, when he was taking care of everything and he was the one that's providing, it was all good. It was all good. We were good to go. Now she is the breadwinner and the family is depending on her, and now everything is in question. And you see, and some of you cats want to live off of a woman. This, I'm not knocking on her, I'm just knocking on the mindset, the mentality of what's going on today. The women don't trust. The women are looking to blow everything up. The men too are starting not to trust, and they are not even looking to even listen anymore. I mean, the whole thing has went into a total cluster. Let's continue.
And I brought it up again because I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you, like writing these vows is hard. I don't feel like we're any closer. I don't feel like anything has really changed since I brought this up 6 months ago, 9 months ago, whatever. And I want to work on our relationship. Like, at the end of the day, of course, I could get a divorce and try to go find the love that I'm craving with somebody else. But that's going to come with its own hardships, its own complications,
Yes, it
and
will.
ones that I'm not willing to take on, right? Um,
Well,
I love Ryan. He is the best father, okay? I just need to learn how to explain what I need from him in our relationship, and he needs to be able to give that, and I need to be doing the same for him so that we can both, like, in 10 years from now, in the next 10 years, look back and say, like, we put in the work and we finally have the marriage and the relationship that we have always wanted, and that is what I want.
I would hope so.
Um, I guess the reason why I'm coming on here, and if you've made it this long, that's really nice.
This dude is somewhere burning. Well, she said he doesn't work anymore, so he's probably over there putting the kids to bed. I don't know, doing something in the woodshed, or uh, 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 fixing stuff around the house, trying to be productive, trying to do a thing, or supporting her in the business. And she's looking to pull the ripcord on this dude right here. Blow the whole family up. The dog don't know what's going on. The children don't know what's going on. The family don't know what's going on. But she knew what's going on. This sounds like another dude, possibly, right? Sometimes, not all the time, but it could possibly be another bull in the ring. It could be another man somewhere, or friends, right? Giving her that thought, making her question her relationship and what she and her husband has built over a decade plus: children, finances, home, memories, all this stuff that this woman, and she feels that she don't understand a vow, she don't know what to write, she don't know what to think. It's a sad situation. They're going to Cabo, and he think everything is okay, and she's about to lay it on him. This is being honest now. This is just being honest. Sometimes women don't replace, they don't leave the relationship, they replace them. They stay until the finances are aligned, the kids are secure, the next options feel safer, and the exit plan is clean. Sometimes she's smiling in your face at Cabo, in California, in Las Vegas, or what if family trips, Mexico, or Europe, and she's smiling. And sometimes it's a strategy, right? It isn't love, it's a strategy at times. Both parties got to be careful, man. This woman right now, she's looking to feel alive. She doesn't want to be restricted, and she feels possibly that the other dude or the other bull allows her to be herself, or the friends are telling her she's not herself and she could be herself without him. All the while, she's not thinking about the foundation that was set, the stability that was there, and what can be crushing to everybody in the long run. That next dude that's possibly there, I don't know, but that next dude that's possibly there, we all know that's temporary. We all know that he's untested. Buddy is tested. He's been there over 10, 12 years or so. He's tested, tried and true, been there through thick and thin. He's unburdened with responsibility, and he doesn't have to deal with kids, bills, or reality. Ladies, we gotta understand that we gotta really think about what we're doing. When someone says there's not a single thing that I don't love about my husband and still considers leaving, that's not a personal failure story, that's a cultural signal. For a long time, commitment has been anchored in responsibility, endurance, shared sacrifice, long term vision. Today, commitment is often evaluated through the lens of how someone feels right now. That shift changes because feelings change faster than values. One detail stands out: she couldn't think of vows to write. That's not an insult, that's not lack of information. Gratitude requires perspective. Perspective requires reflection, and reflection is difficult in a culture that teaches us to chase the next feeling instead of honoring what has been built. Psychologically, we adapt quickly to stability. What once felt extraordinary now slowly becomes invisible. not because it lacks value, but because it becomes familiar. In the video, she mentions they're going to Cabo. From the outside, everything looks right, everything looks fine, but many relationships experience this painful reality. One person is still present, the other has already emotionally left. This isn't always deception, it's emotional asymmetry. One partner is living in the present, the other is living in a future that hasn't happened yet. And that is the gap. And that gap is where the damage occurs. Often there isn't another person involved. What's present is an idea in their head, a different life, a different version of self, a different emotional experience. Psychology calls this counterfactual thinking, imagining alternate realities and assuming they would bring fulfillment. The danger is this: imagined futures don't carry responsibilities. They don't deal with children or finances or long term consequences. Fantasies are always lighter than reality. This isn't about men versus women, this is about human nature. People sometimes focus so intensely on what is missing instead of what is sustaining them. When we fixate the 20% that we don't have, we risk undervaluing the 80% that's holding everything together. And often we don't understand the weight of that 80% until it's gone. That's not malice, that's miscalculation. No relationships exist in isolation. Friendships, social media, cultural messaging. When advice prioritizes how you feel without weighing what you've built, stability becomes fragile. Support should challenge us, not just validate us. Wisdom doesn't always feel good in the moment. Scripture speaks directly to this tension. The heart is deceitful above all things. Faith teaches us that feelings are real, but not always reliable. Marriage biblically is not framed as constant happiness. It's framed in covenant. Covenant is intentional. It's discipline. It's forward looking. Love is described as patience, steadfast, endurance, not constantly exciting, but deeply rooted. When covenant is replaced by consumption, relationships become temporary by design. I want to cover 5 psychological things. The first one would be hedonic adaptation. What does that mean? It means we normalize comfort quickly. The second one is identity tensions. What does that mean? Roles can feel confining without intentional growth. Fourth one is emotional reasoning. I feel unhappy, so therefore something must be wrong. And the fifth and final one is external validation loops. Affirmation can overpower discernment. Awareness interrupts these patterns before regret has to teach the lesson. The man didn't fail, and the woman isn't evil. This is a picture of modern tension between feelings and faith, between self and sacrifice, between emotional and endurance. Awareness isn't about choosing sides. It's about understanding the terrain before you build your life on it, because wisdom whispers before consequences speak loudly. This man didn't fail, and the woman isn't evil. This is a picture of modern tension between feeling and faith, between self and sacrifice, between emotion and endurance. My final word is this: to understand the world, you first have to step out of your own. And life's greatest lessons isn't found at home, it's discovered on the road. Thank y'all for looking. Thank y'all for clicking on the video. And thank y'all for subscribing. Help me get all the way to 100,000 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you for clicking on this and hearing the word and hearing what I have to say. It's greatly appreciated. Please don't forget the 100,000 subscribers giveaway. Once again, thank you for clicking. Peace.